Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kayla Lindsay, and today we're going to teach you about getting started in real estate. I know it's super scary and you're not quite sure where to even start, what books to read, what actions to take. So we're going to start with the very first thing that you need to master, your schedule. So let's talk a little bit about your schedule. Now, your current schedule, if you're working a 9 to 5, might be you get up, you get showered, you get dressed, you go to work, and you get a 1-hour lunch break, and you are home by 5:30. Now, you are probably getting into real estate because you are kind of tired of the 9 to 5 drag, the every single day being the same thing. And the one thing I always hear from agents when they get into this business is, I really want to own my own time. I want the freedom to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Now, I would be the first person to say that is a phenomenal goal. I am 100% with you. I could never go back to a 9 to 5 job. Here is the caveat to that. See, just because you don't want to have a 9 to 5 job and you want the freedom to do whatever you want, what that actually can lead to a lot of times is lack of success. Let me explain. So when most people get into real estate and they want that desire of the freedom, they don't stick to a schedule. Why is that? Well, of course, you're trying to escape the schedule, right? You want to work on your own time. You see these awesome infopreneurs and entrepreneurs and all kinds of people on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and they just work wherever they want, when they want, how they want. What you don't see is those people that are the most successful at that business, because it is a business, also work on a schedule. So yes, their schedule might be, I am doing my job while also sitting on a balcony overlooking the ocean in Miami, but they're still working on a schedule, because that's the only way for you to consistently produce, put out content, put out whatever your product is into the world. So while you're looking at some of these people who say, I can work anywhere and do whatever I want, what they're saying is, I can work from any location. It doesn't mean that I can travel and do everything that I want and this just kind of happens. All right, it's not something that's passive, it's very active, and they all stick to a rigorous schedule to put out enough content. So let's start looking at you as a real estate agent. You might also see other agents out there that, you know, they're getting coffee or beers or whatever at any time of day that they want to. They're traveling all the time. They're doing this, they're doing that. They have clients, they have business coming in, they have assistants. And part of that is really appealing, because what we're coming from, especially from a corporate background, is it's just us. We report to someone. We have a boss. Whether we agree with what we're doing or not, we have to do what is asked of us. And we have a very strict schedule. So how do we leave a corporate job, start our own business, and not get tired of what we're doing? Well, first off, when you have money rolling in, it's a lot easier to enjoy what you're doing, right? A lot of people have heard the phrase starving artist, and that's why a lot of people don't get into the field of art or music or things of that nature, because it is very challenging to make money in those industries. Now, when people get into real estate, one of the things that I mention to them is, are you a business owner or are you an artist? Are you a dabbler? Because that really is the two distinctions. You're either dabbling in real estate or playing it as if you're an artist, doing it for fun, doing it for intrigue, whatever you're doing it for, or you're here as an entrepreneur to run a business. Now, if you are over in this side where you are running a business and you are an entrepreneur, that is where you need to be if you want to be successful. Now, I say this because not everybody has that goal. We have to understand that in business, not everybody has the same goals as ours. My goals are different than their goals, which are different from their goals, and are probably different from your goals. Let's say maybe you're a mom, you want to bring in a little extra cash into the house. Selling 3 homes a year might be a really good thing for you. Having an extra $30,000 that's coming in might be all you need. But some of you might be wanting to build a business whereby you end up being the boss. You have an assistant and a transaction coordinator, a marketing developer, all of these other people, and on top of that, of course, other agents who are working with you for the same goal of making an income, having big financial goals, having dream vacations, doing the things that you want to do, and that's okay too. So when you first get into this, you have to understand what those goals really are, what you're out to achieve, and then set up a schedule to achieve it. So that's what we're talking about, is a schedule. Now that you've probably written down and understand what your true goal is, what you want and what you desire from this business, because it is a business, now we can start to structure your schedule. So I'm going to do this 2 ways. The first way is if you're already working a 9-to-5 job, not everybody can just go, I'm out, and then start real estate full time. A lot of people have to do it the other way, where they work their way out of that business and into real estate 1 foot at a time. So let's start for those of you who are, of course, in that 9-to-5. Now, if you're in a 9-to-5 job, awesome. I'm so excited to see you get into real estate. It's going to change your life, but you do have to keep a schedule. So if you're working that job, you really don't have any opportunity to do prospecting, etc. between the hours, obviously, of in the morning when you're getting ready, you're getting in the car, you're going about your day, until the end of the day. One way that you can leverage some of the time you do have is lunchtime. Now, it might not be the most ideal time to call people because, of course, you're probably stuffing your face with whatever sandwich or salad you brought for lunch. However, you can send out auto emails. But you can do a lot of different things that can help you grow your business without actually having to talk on the phone during that hour. Now, don't take that as you don't have to talk on the phone ever. You do. That's a real thing. But during that lunchtime, we're trying to make sure we're maximizing the time that you have. Now, after work during those days, you will be able to make calls. Now, when you're making calls, you have to understand that you need to go after the people who are already raising their hands. So when you get home from work, you might have between the hours of 6 and 7:30 to make those phone calls. So we have to make sure that we're doing the most productive calls that we possibly can during that time, all right? So make sure you're time blocking it. You say, let's say you're gonna have a snack at 5:30 when you get home, grab something to drink, sit down, and you have to stick to it. You have to stick to it. That's at the end of the day, you need to make an agreement with yourself that from 5:30 or 6 o'clock or whatever time you wanna start until 7:30, you will make nothing but calls. And you're gonna call the FSBOs and the expireds. You're gonna call people that maybe have dropped you a line on the campaign you ran on KV Core or have returned an email to one of your auto emails. That's the time that you do that. Those are for your follow-ups. Those are for the people that raise their hand. This is not a time for you to be messaging people on Facebook and doing social media posts and things like that. You can do simple things like that throughout the day because they only take a few seconds. But when you take away from your call time, that very, very important time in your evenings, you're saying no to a paycheck 90 days from now. And that paycheck could mean the difference between you leaving that 9-to-5 or remaining a slave to it. Now, weekends are also going to be extremely important. You're going to want to get with other agents in your area, whether they're in your brokerage or not. I have a wonderful friend of mine who has built her whole business on open houses, specifying in areas around the lake that are over $1 million. Now, because she was so specific with it, she's also getting that specific clientele. She's a single mom of 2 kids. She did not have time to waste. And now she owns a beach house. Her business is blossoming. She has a beautiful home herself on the lake, and she never thought that was possible a few years ago. But what she did was she was very purposeful with her time. Her weekends were things that were spent on making sure she was connecting with other people, whether it be taking the kids to soccer and making sure she knew all the parents and making sure they knew that she was an agent. Open houses, like I just said, do open houses for other agents, whether they're in your brokerage or out of. Get connected. Agents have their phone numbers everywhere. You can find real estate agents. There are amazing groups online that are local to your area just for real estate agents where you can connect. Get connected and start taking those actions. And wherever you go, remember this line. Hey, I was hoping you could help me. I actually challenged myself to talk to 100 people today, and I know I'm crazy, but I'm actually a local real estate agent, and I was curious, who do you know that might be looking to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate in the next 12 months that I can speak to or that I can help? By doing that over and over and over again, you can build an absolutely incredible business, but you have to remain purposeful. So to sum that up, you're going to at least send out text messages, set up auto emails, etc. during your lunch breaks. After work, 5 days a week. Remember, you are trying to get out of this 9 to 5, get out of that rat race. You can only do it by putting exceptional effort, and some people might mock you for it, and some people might put you down. Don't listen to them, because they're the same ones that are going to be making the same paycheck for the rest of their lives, while you are making a change in your life. And on weekends, you need to get out. You need to get out to events, you need to get connected, and you need to do open houses. And last but not least, use that script. I'm a real estate agent, can you help me? Over and over and over. The hostess at the restaurant, the bartender, the person at the checkout counter, the lady that you meet in the middle of the aisle at the grocery store or Lowe's. Say it to everyone, and over time, your business will blossom. Now, for those of you who are already in real estate, you went in full time, congratulations, super exciting, and the pressure is on, right? Do you feel that pressure? It's the pressure that says there's no paycheck and no one's coming to rescue you. This is an amazing place to be in for 2 reasons. 1, you are not beholden to anybody but yourself. And 2, you can create the life that you've always dreamed of. Now, the catch to that is no one is coming to save you, and no one is going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. Now, the problem for some people that get into real estate is they are so accustomed to someone telling them when they should do something and how they should do something. When it comes down to you doing it for yourself, what do? Sometimes we run away. So let's talk about your schedule. Every single day, this is what you need to do, Monday through Friday, and if you can continue it through the rest of the weekend, absolutely by all means. What you need to do is make sure you set up a solid morning schedule. And I would highly recommend the book, The Morning Miracle for Real Estate Agents. I believe it's by Thomas Elrod, I think is the name, or at least his last name is Elrod. Check it out, you can grab it on Amazon, I think it's like $8. Read that book. It's very simple, very easy to achieve. They talk about working out or moving your body in some way, meditation, journaling, and how in which you should meet people. And that means not zigzagging all over town. Read that book, understand it. So you want to have your morning routine. Then you want to make sure you're planning your day out. Plan it out before the day starts. So when you get into it, you know what your objectives are for that day. And I'm going to do an entire video on how you should lay out your objectives and what that should look like. I call it RPMs. And I can't claim it. I got it from Tony Robbins himself. Incredible man. Go check it out if you want an explanation from him directly. Now, you should be in the office no later than 8:30. Now, some of you might be saying, "Well, Kayla, I work from home," or "I'm with EXP, we don't have an office, what are you talking about?" Here's the thing. I don't care if the office is your kitchen table. I don't care if the office is a coffee shop. Wherever you choose to work from, you should not have a flexible schedule. You're not there yet. You need to have a rigid schedule. This goes for everybody, especially, like literally everybody. Make sure that you are whatever you consider your office, your workspace, no later than 8 or 8:30. I wouldn't go any longer than that. Now, here's the other thing. You should not be doing business in your pajamas. I will say it again. You should not be doing business in your pajamas for a few reasons. Even when I work from home, I got up, I got showered, I put on work business clothing. Why did I do this? For a few reasons. 1, it is clinically proven that when you change your clothing, when you put on a suit or put on a dress or put on, business casual, it actually changes your mindset, puts you in a different frame of mind. The cool thing about that is it now triggers your brain to say it's work time, which also makes you push harder when you're on the phones, when you're doing work, whatever it is that you're doing. The second reason is, well, what if you set a listing appointment, and for us ladies, it takes a little while to get this washed and dried. What if you set a listing appointment while you're sitting on the phone at 10 a.m. and you set it for 12 p.m.? I've done this multiple times where it's like, yeah, I can make that, let's do it. Now the problem is, if you didn't get up and have your morning routine, if you didn't get up and get ready and prepare yourself for your day, instead of spending that 10 o'clock till 11:30 finishing up your calls, right, using the rest of your prospecting time, what are you doing? You're running around taking a shower, getting your hair done, putting on your makeup, doing whatever, finding clothes that aren't wrinkled, right? Guess what happens? Suddenly now you're freaking out, running all over the place, you're probably going to be late, and you missed an hour and a half of prospecting time. Stop being lazy. Get up early, get ready for work, treat this like a job. Treat it like a career, because if you're treating it like a side hustle and wearing pajamas and your hair up in a bun, you're not going to succeed at the level that you want to. Now, you have your morning routine, you've time blocked, and you're making phone calls from 9 until 12. By the way, that 8 till 9, what you'd be doing? You're not doing email, you're not checking voicemails, nope. You are script practicing and role playing. That is all you are doing. Now, once noon hits, you must get something to eat. I'm always really bad about this. I know a lot of people goof, they're like, oh, you got coffee. No, you need to go get something to eat. Whether you bring it with you or whatnot, you've got to put some fuel in your system because you're gonna go for the rest of the day. Now, while you're eating, you can check email at that time, return emails. That's a good multitask, but you need to make sure you stay out of your email in the morning. And the reason for that, it's something that will completely derail you. What if you get that angry email from a client because you didn't get back to them fast enough? Guess what? If you waited to respond to that email until noon, are they going to be any more or less mad? No. But if you looked at that email in the morning, would it completely mess with your head for the whole time you were calling, go, oh, I need to get back to them, I need to get back to them, they're mad at me. I hate when people are mad at me. I say this because I know it, because I've been there. Stop looking at your email in the morning, okay? Now, fast forward, now we are into the afternoon. What do we do in our afternoons? Well, if you have appointments set up, go on your appointments. Awesome. This is also the time of day that you should do your admin tasks. That's checking email, sending out buyer agency agreements, etc. The other thing that you should be doing in the afternoons, if you don't have those things going on either, is go out and do video tours of homes. That's right, there's homes in the market. Going to those staged new construction properties are phenomenal because they always look great and they're always accessible to agents. You can go through with your phone, do video tours, get them up on YouTube, etc. Don't try and make it perfect. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to screw it up and it's still going to work because you need to make sure people see that you're active. Also in the afternoons, you can take that time to plan out your social media posts. That's right, you can plan them out, pre-plan them, have them done, and then post them bright and early in the morning. So that's one other thing you can do between 8 and 8:30 is post your social media. Now I said post, I didn't say scroll, I said post. It should take no more than 3 minutes to get that content out there and then off to your day, all right? Now in the evenings, you might end up going ahead and going on more listing appointments or buyer appointments. That's awesome. Might be showing houses. Understand that you should have a cutoff. I do not answer my phone after 7 p.m. unless I know who you are and I actually want to talk to you. I know, it sounds super rude when I'm telling you this right now and you're hearing it, but once you get into that schedule of go, 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 talking to people every day, I do a ton of YouTube and video, I'm talking all day. And guess what? My husband and my family deserve me too. You deserve you. Allow yourself to cut off at 7 o'clock or whatever time it is that you choose. I have some people that I know, they cut their phone off at 5. They're like, nope. Now granted, they are far more advanced in their careers and have people set up in different areas of their businesses to make sure that all of that is taken care of. So, understand your schedule. Write it down. Live it, breathe it. And here's the biggest key piece that I'm going to give you. Whether you are still leaving your corporate job or you're already 100% in real estate, understand that you should have at least a day off throughout the week. I chose Sundays. Saturdays I do showings, etc. But Sunday is a time for me, for my family, for things that bring me joy. Real estate brings me joy, making money brings me joy, but you have to work 3 things when you are getting into the professional field. You need to have a career that you love. You need to work on your health, and you need to have a hobby that nourishes your soul. Those are your top 3 things, and if one of those are missing, you're not going to have as much fun in the other 2 categories. So I hope this helped. Drop some questions below if you have any follow-up questions. I'd be happy to answer them. And make sure to like and subscribe. We've got some more great content coming out soon, and I'll see you there.